24, we're given, they're going to use a different Greek letter instead of theta. We're using alpha, the radian measure of the angle shown. What is the value of alpha? So just think of it as theta if you want. And what we have is we have the x and y coordinate. We also have the radius being 3. That's what this first point gives us. So remember that the angle, we could use either sine or cosine. I would recommend using cosine because remember cosine is valid for 0 to pi, inverse cosine. We can take it from 0 to pi. We could use inverse sine, but inverse sine goes from negative pi over 2 to pi over 2. So we'd have to do some funky stuff with the angle we found would be this one over here. And then we'd have to take that and do stuff with it. So since our angle we can see is going to be somewhere between 0 and pi, let's use the cosine. So that was a long way of saying, how do we do this? Well, our cosine of, in this case, alpha is equal to, what is that equal? Is equal to the x coordinate, right? That's what we're looking at. So what is r? R is 3. We don't know what alpha, that's what we're going to be finding out, equals negative 2.898. To solve this, we're going to divide both sides by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. I'm not actually going to do it here because I'm going to just all plug it in so I don't have any kind of rounding errors. So we get cosine of alpha is equal to negative 2.898 over 3. We're going to take the inverse cosine of both sides. Here, inverse undoes the other one, so our answer is going to be alpha is equal to this. And so let's go ahead and calculate it. And that's going to be the correct angle because we're using cosine. So we get, let's see, we want inverse cosine. Inverse cosine. We're in radian mode, which is what we're supposed to be. Just always check that. Of course, we haven't had to go into degree mode much, or at all, actually, so far. 898 divided by 3. Notice I'm doing this all together so that the final answer will be rounded. And that makes about sense, right? Because here's pi 3.14, so this is close to the 3, it's 2.88. So hopefully it looks like, oops, down here. We'll do it down here, 2.88. That's our angle, our theta, our alpha. And if you want, yeah, listed, it's also radians. Basically, we would assume it's radians because there's no degree mark. Okay, 24.